have to build the houses closer together. There's not enough coconut trees to feed all the people, not enough fish in the reef for all the people then, and then the problem starts. Now, as top to top, we see that we need two strategies. So one is what is Swiss Pro and Catadin doing. So we need new technology, new solutions, and we have to use this new technology. Also solar power, wind power, and so on. But that's not enough. I think it's also fair, especially for countries like Singapore and Switzerland, we start supporting societies like these Kuna Indians, because they live in harmony with nature. They don't produce a lot of carbon dioxide, but they suffer a lot. And I think when I look back the 7 years we are now on the way, in the beginning I have done a talk, I have done a talk normally about awareness making about climate change. You know, people were still believing in that days. Maybe it's not us. You know, it may be just a natural phenomenon. And then last 4 or 5 years, it was a lot of fun because we were able to talk about solutions. And I think in the next decade, we have also to talk about technology that people can adapt to the new situation. And Catadin has invited a water maker, and you don't need batteries, you can just connect a solar panel to this water maker. I'll show you at the end of the presentation. And especially for these people, they have the problem that the groundwater on the island gets more and more salty when the sea level is rising. So they cannot use the water anymore on the island. So what they have to do, they have to buy a diesel generator and a water maker, and they have to buy the diesel to run it, and they have less fish in the reef, so how they can get the money to run the diesel generators, to buy diesel, is to sell the fish rights to the United States, to the Japanese, to the Chinese, and so on. So they have less, and the deficit is more and more, and then they really get more and more in troubles. And when you think, a lot of these islands, they have so much sun and wind, and with one investment, with a good water maker, let's say from Catadin, and some good solar and wind technology, you make change, and they are self-sufficient. So I think that's the path we have to go. Now, on the way, we have had also really nice experience with wildlife that was in the Galapagos Islands. And I'm sure you have all seen once the film Nemo, where these turtles are swimming in this ocean current. And there's also an ocean current called the Humboldt current, coming from Antarctica up the coast of South America to the Galapagos Islands. So this is Antarctica down here, and this ocean current comes up to here to Galapagos. Now, maybe you've heard also that we have now more El Nino phenomena, and that's also a cause of climate change. So when we do something, it's not only for us, it's also for this guy. His name is Hans. He was actually our dog for 3 months on the boat when we have been cruise in Galapagos. Now, let's go one further south towards Antarctica. You have to know that my wife, it was really tough. She was already the 5th month pregnant, and we didn't have had an autopilot in that time. So we have to steer 24 hours a day. And over the Atlantic, where the water was warm, we have done shifts of 6 hours. Now, when you go towards Antarctica, the water it's getting cold, so we have to change always after 45 minutes, and that's over 2-3 weeks, 24 hours a day. So she managed to do that. We have been also on very remote islands, like here in Easter Island, so the next neighbors are about 7 hours away by plane. And you see the boat is really exposed, there's no harbor. We came back to the boat after a presentation. We have been 15 minutes aboard, and then we hear the big noise, and this 12mm anchor chain just collapsed. The reason was the surf was so huge. And I think that's also a good picture. When you like to survive on an expedition like this, you really have to respect nature. And I think it's also a picture for us all. In us human beings, when we like to survive on this planet, we have to learn again to respect nature. Now, these are some pictures from South America. So in Patagonia, we saw some blue whales. They are also depending on their food, krill, and krill is depending on sea ice. And what we do normally, we anchor and then we take out our push bikes. So that's actually our bedroom. The push bikes are under our bed. And then we have to think twice what we really need on the mountain, because you like to have a light bike. And here Sabine was already going to the 6th and 7th months of pregnancy, and that's near to 4,000 meters in the Andes, and she covered already 2,500 k's. So the highest mountain in South America was Aconcagua, and up there it's a little bit different than here, and we have had 15 volunteers joining us to clean the mountain. So I hope a lot of you join us on the next mountain when we clean Mount Everest. So we have already some students joining us on the trek to the base camp, helping us cleaning. So here we cleaned between close to 7,000 meters and base camp on 4,500 meters. And we collected 300 kilos of trash from other expeditions. Now, that's something I don't understand. I mean, these people, they also enjoy the view, the climb, the mountain, and they just leave everything behind. And that's not fair. So, I think as a sportsman, when we talk about sportsmanship and define us more than sportswoman than environmental, I think you should see that nature is really the base, and some profit in our sport so much from nature, and I think it's more than fair that we give sometimes also a present back to nature. And that can be start recycling, that can be